I closed on my first house on a Tuesday in March. 20 years old. Software engineer. Been saving since college. Living in cheap apartments, driving a beat-up Honda, eating ramen more than I'd admit to my doctor. But I'd done it. 3 bedrooms. Small yard. Driveway. Garage. Mine. The realtor handed me the keys with a smile. Congratulations. First-time home buyer? Yeah. That's a big deal. You should celebrate. I plan to. That night, I walked through every room. Turned on every light. Tested every faucet. Stood in the backyard under the stars and felt something I hadn't felt in years. Pride. Not the fake kind. Not the, good job, you did the bare minimum, kind. Real pride. The kind that comes from working your ass off and achieving something people said you couldn't. My family had been skeptical when I told them I was buying. In this market? Dad had said. Prices are insane. Maybe wait. My older sister Claire suggested. Save more. Get something better. Uncle Mike, Dad's brother, had laughed. Good luck getting approved for a mortgage on a tech salary. Banks want stability. I'd been approved in 4 days. Loan officer said my credit score and down payment were impressive for your age. I didn't tell them that. Didn't want to seem like I was bragging. But now, standing in my house, I wanted to share it. Wanted them to see what I'd accomplished. So I planned a housewarming party. Nothing fancy. Just family. Saturday afternoon. 2 weeks out. Enough time for everyone to clear their schedules. I sent a group text to the family chat. Hey everyone! Officially a homeowner. Throwing a housewarming party Saturday the 25th, 2 p.m. Food and drinks provided. Would love for you all to see the place. Address, 847 Maple Street. Responses came in slowly. Claire. Congrats. That's amazing. Dad. Good for you, son. And Rachel. So proud of you. Uncle Mike. Nice. See you there. My younger cousin Jake. Dope. I'll bring beer. I sent the details to a few friends too. Co-workers. College buddies. Expected maybe 15 people. Spent the next 2 weeks getting ready. Painted the living room. Fixed a loose cabinet. Mowed the lawn. Bought folding chairs and a cooler. Ordered too much food. Burgers, hot dogs, chips, 3 types of soda, beer. Aunt Rachel had dietary restrictions, so I got veggie burgers. Jake was into IPAs, so I bought a variety pack. Friday night, I couldn't sleep. Too excited. Kept thinking about everyone seeing the house. Dad would probably give me advice about the yard. Claire would compliment the kitchen. Uncle Mike might actually say something nice for once. Saturday morning, I was up at 7. Cleaned everything again. Set up the grill. Arranged chairs in the backyard. Put out a folding table with plates and cups. By 1:30 p.m., everything was ready. By 2 p.m., nobody had arrived. I checked my phone. No messages. No, running late, texts. By 2:30 p.m., I started worrying. Maybe I'd gotten the time wrong? I checked the group chat. No, definitely said 2 p.m. I texted the group. Hey! Just making sure everyone has the address. 847 Maple Street. Doors open! No responses. By 3 p.m. I called Dad. Went to voicemail. Called Claire. Voicemail. Texted Jake. You coming? Nothing. By 3:30 p.m., I grilled a burger. Sat in my empty backyard. Ate alone. The food sat untouched. The beer got warm in the cooler. By 4 p.m., I accepted it. Nobody was coming. I checked the group chat one more time. Saw that everyone had read my messages. Blue checkmarks. Seen by all. But no responses. No explanations. No apologies. I sat there until the sun started setting. Then I packed up the food. Put the chairs away. Turned off the grill. My neighbor, an older woman named Dorothy, came over to the fence. Everything okay, honey? I saw you had chairs out. Yeah. Just, party got cancelled. Oh no. What happened? I didn't know how to explain. People couldn't make it, I guess. She looked at the cooler full of beer. The table covered in food. That's a lot of food for a cancelled party. Yeah. Well, if you need help eating it, my bridge club meets tomorrow. We'd be happy to take some off your hands. I gave her half the food. She insisted on paying. I refused. She insisted harder. I took $20 just to make her stop. That night, I sat on my new couch in my new living room and tried to understand what happened. Had I done something wrong? Offended someone? Forgotten something important? I scrolled through the group chat. Read every message from the past month. Nothing. No arguments. No tension. Just normal family stuff. Sunday morning, I texted Claire directly. Hey. Everything okay? You never responded yesterday. 3 hours later. Oh my God, was that yesterday? I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. Forgot. She'd forgotten. I didn't respond. Monday, Dad called. Hey, sorry about Saturday. Had something come up. What came up? Just, stuff. We'll catch up soon. I spent $200 on food. That's a lot for a party. That nobody came to. Silence. Then, look, these things happen. Don't make it a big deal. Don't make it a big deal. My first house. My housewarming party. The thing I'd been planning for 2 weeks. That wasn't a big deal. Right. Sure. We'll come by another time. See the place. Okay. He never came by. Tuesday, I got a text from Uncle Mike. Yo. Need a favor. I stared at that message for a long time. Need a favor. No apology. No explanation about Saturday. Just straight to needing something. What's up? Emergency situation. Car broke down. Need repairs ASAP. Can you spot me $4,200? We'll pay you back next month. $4,200. From the uncle who'd laughed at my mortgage chances. Who'd confirmed he'd come to my housewarming. Who hadn't shown up. Who hadn't apologized. Who was now asking for more than I'd spent on furniture for my new house. I looked around my living room. At the folding chairs still in the corner. At the leftover food in my fridge. At the house I'd bought with my own money after years of saving. Then I looked at my phone. Uncle Mike. You there? It's urgent. Really need this. I opened Venmo. Found Uncle Mike's profile. And sent him 1 cent. Memo. For your emergency. Best I can do for people who ghost housewarming parties. Then I blocked his number. Felt good for about 10 minutes. Then my phone exploded. Dad. What the hell did you just do? Claire. Mike says you sent him a penny? And Rachel. That's incredibly immature. Jake. Dude, not cool. I replied to Dad. I sent him what I thought was fair. Dad. He needs help. You have money. I have money because I save it. Unlike people who need $4,000 for emergencies. Dad. Family helps family. Family shows up to housewarming parties. Dad. You're holding a grudge over a party? I typed and deleted 3 responses. Finally settled on. I'm holding a boundary. There's a difference. Then I muted the group chat. That night I made dinner. Leftover burgers from Saturday. Sat in my kitchen. My kitchen. In my house. Tried to feel good about the boundary I'd set. About standing up for myself. Mostly just felt alone. Around 10 p.m., I heard something outside. A car engine. Footsteps on my driveway. I looked out the window. Saw a figure walking away. Too dark to see who. Thought about going outside. Decided against it. Probably nothing. Wednesday morning, I had an early meeting. Grabbed my keys, headed to my car. And stopped. All 4 tires. Slashed. Not just flat. Slashed. Long cuts in the sidewalls. The kind of damage that can't be repaired. I stood there in my driveway, coffee in hand, staring at my car sitting on its rims. My new house. My celebration that nobody came to. My boundary that everyone hated. And now this. I pulled out my phone. Called the non-emergency police line. Officer arrived 30 minutes later. Took a report. Asked if I had security cameras. No. Just moved in. Any idea who might have done this? I thought about Uncle Mike. About the penny. About the angry texts. Maybe. Want to tell me? Not yet. He handed me a card. File a report if you figure it out. This is property damage. Could be a misdemeanor. After he left, I called my insurance. Comprehensive coverage? Yes. Deductible? $500. Okay. For tires, we're looking at about $1,200 total. Minus your deductible, that's $700 wheel cover. $1,200. For tires. I sat on my porch steps. Looked at my house. My car. My empty driveway where a party should have happened. And something clicked. Uncle Mike wanted $4,200 for an emergency. I just had a real emergency. $1,200 in damage. Plus emotional distress from being ghosted by my entire family. Plus the cost of a party nobody attended. I opened my laptop. Created a document. Invoice. To Michael Patterson. From my name. Date, March 29, 2024. Services rendered, emotional support withdrawal fee. Itemized charges. For /tires, $1,200. Emotional distress from family abandonment, $3,000. Total due, $4,200. 00. Payment due upon receipt. Note, this invoice represents the cost of ghosting a family member's milestone event, requesting money immediately after said ghosting, and likely vandalizing said family member's property when denied. Consider it a life lesson in consequences. I saved it. Stared at it. Knew I was probably being petty. Didn't care. Attached it to an email. Sent it to Uncle Mike's address. Subject line. Your emergency. Hit send. Then I called a tow truck and got my car to a tire shop. The invoice sat in my sent folder, and I waited to see what would happen next. I didn't have to wait long. Uncle Mike's response came 3 hours after I sent the invoice. Not to me. To the family group chat I'd muted. I only saw it because Claire called. Are you insane? Good morning to you too. Mike just forwarded your email to the entire family. An invoice? For $4,200? Same amount he asked me for. That's not how this works. Why not? He had an emergency. I had an emergency. Seems fair. Your emergency is made up. Emotional distress? That's not a real charge. My tires were slashed. That's $1,200 in real damage. She paused. Wait. Someone slashed your tires? All four. Tuesday night. Right after I sent Mike that penny. Longer pause. You think Mike did it? I think it's an interesting coincidence. That's a serious accusation. That's a serious crime. Do you have proof? Working on it. This is insane. You need to apologize and drop this. No. Dad's furious. Mike's threatening to sue you for defamation. Good. Tell him I'll see him in court. I hung up. The family group chat was exploding. I unmuted it just to watch. Uncle Mike. This is harassment. I'm contacting my lawyer. Dad. This has gone too far. You need to stop. And Rachel. I can't believe you'd accuse your uncle of vandalism. Jake. This is messy. Stay out of it. I typed one message. Mike asked for $4,200 for an emergency. I'm asking for $4,200 for an emergency. If mine isn't valid, either is his. Then I muted it again. That afternoon, I did 3 things. First, I went to Home Depot. Bought a security camera system. 4 cameras. Front door, driveway, backyard, side gate. Spent 3 hours installing them. Synced them to my phone. Should have done it when I moved in. But better late than never. Second, I called my car insurance back. Hi, yeah, I filed a claim yesterday. /tires. I have a question about the police report. What's your question? If I identify who did it, does that affect my claim? No. We've already approved it. But you should report it to police if you know who's responsible. Thanks. Third, I called the tire shop. Hey, you guys replaced my tires yesterday. Do you keep the old ones? Usually for about a week. Why? I might need them. As evidence. Oh. Yeah, we still have them. You want to pick them up? Please. I drove over. They brought out all 4 tires. Slash marks were clean. Deliberate. Someone had used a knife. Taken their time. I took photos. Lots of photos. Close-ups of each cut. Then loaded the tires into my trunk. Felt ridiculous driving around with slashed tires in my car. But I needed them. That night, I did something I'd been avoiding. I went through my Ring doorbell footage. I'd installed the Ring when I first moved in. Just at the front door. Hadn't thought about driveway coverage. But the angle was wide enough that it caught the street. I scrolled back to Tuesday night. 10:17 p.m., right around when I'd heard the noise. There. A car pulled up. Dark sedan. Couldn't see the plate. Driver got out. Baseball cap. Hoodie. Face not visible. Walked to my driveway. Out of frame for 4 minutes. Then walked back. Got in the car. Drove away. I watched it 3 more times. Couldn't identify them. But I could identify the car. Dark blue sedan. Older model. Dent on the rear bumper. I knew that car. Uncle Mike drove a dark blue Camry. 2008. Rear bumper had a dent from when he backed into a pole 2 years ago at a family barbecue. I screenshot the footage. Saved it to 3 different places. Then I opened my laptop and started researching. Small claims court. Maximum amount in my state, $5,000. Filing fee, $50. Process, file complaint, serve defendant, wait for court date, present evidence. I read through case examples. Property damage. Emotional distress. What counts as evidence? Turns out, you can absolutely sue for emotional distress in small claims. Just need to prove it. I had proof. Group chat messages where my family forgot my housewarming. Receipts from the party food. The Venmo penny transaction. Uncle Mike's $4,200 request. The timeline showing my tires were slashed hours after I refused him. And the Ring footage showing a car matching his. I spent the next 2 days building my case like I was preparing a work presentation. Created a timeline document. Every event, every text, every piece of evidence. Printed everything. Organized it in a binder with tabs. Tab 1, Housewarming evidence. Group chat invitation. Read receipts showing everyone saw it. Receipts for food and supplies, $237.48. Photo of empty backyard with prepared food. Neighbor Dorothy's statement, I'd asked her to write down what she saw that day. Tab 2, the request. Uncle Mike's text asking for $4,200. My Venmo transaction $0. 01. Family group chat explosion. Tab 3, the vandalism. Police report, filed Wednesday morning. Photos of slashed tires. Tire shop invoice, $1,200. Insurance claim documentation. Ring doorbell footage with timestamps. Screenshot of car matching Uncle Mike's vehicle. Tab 4, emotional distress. Therapist note, I'd booked an emergency session Thursday. Dr. Chen was happy to write a summary. Journal entries from the week. Text messages from friends after I told them what happened. Friday afternoon, I drove to the courthouse. Filled out the small claims complaint form. Plaintiff, me. Defendant, Michael Patterson. Amount, $4,200. Reason, property damage and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Description. Defendant requested $4,200 from plaintiff for an alleged emergency. When plaintiff declined, defendant vandalized plaintiff's vehicle causing $1,200 in damage. This occurred after defendant and family failed to attend plaintiff's housewarming party despite confirming attendance. Plaintiff seeks $1,200 for property damage and $3,000 for emotional distress caused by systematic family abandonment and subsequent vandalism. I attached copies of my evidence. Paid the $50 filing fee. The clerk looked at my paperwork. This is very thorough. I work in tech. Documentation is my thing. You might not need a lawyer. Can't afford one anyway. She smiled slightly. Good luck. You'll get a court date in about 4 weeks. We'll mail you the details. You need to serve him these papers. She handed me the summons. I had to physically give Uncle Mike legal papers. Or hire someone to do it. Can I mail them? Certified mail, return receipt. Or serve in person. I'll mail them. I left the courthouse feeling something I hadn't felt since buying the house. Purpose. That night, Dad called. What's this I hear about you filing a lawsuit? Who told you? Mike. Got served papers today. Small claims court. That was fast. Good. He'll get his court date soon. You can't be serious about this. I am completely serious. Over a party? Over a penny? Over $1,200 in property damage. And a pattern of disrespect. You have no proof Mike did anything. I have ring footage of a car matching his. Time-stamped to hours after I refused his money request. I have text messages. I have receipts. I have a binder. A binder? Color-coded tabs. Dad was quiet. You're really doing this. I really am. This is going to tear the family apart. The family was already apart, Dad. You just didn't notice because I was quiet about it. What's that supposed to mean? It means nobody came to my housewarming party. Not one person. You all confirmed. You all read my messages. And nobody showed up. Not even you. I had something. You had something more important than your son buying his first house? What was it? What was so important? Silence. That's what I thought. I took a breath. Mike asked me for money the day after ghosting me. Then my tires got slashed. Now he's going to pay for it. In court. With evidence. He doesn't have $4,200. Then he'll make payments. That's how court judgments work. You'd really do that to family? He really slashed my tires, Dad. Over a penny. That's who you're defending. More silence. Then, I'm disappointed in you. Yeah. I'm disappointed in you too. I hung up. Blocked his number. Then I poured myself a drink and sat in my living room. My house. That I'd bought. That nobody had celebrated with me. My phone buzzed. Text from Claire. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I forgot. That was shitty. You deserve better. I stared at that for a long time. Typed, thanks. She replied, Are you really going through with the lawsuit? Yes. Even though it'll make everyone hate you. Everyone already forgot about me. Hate is at least acknowledgement. That's dark. That's honest. 3 weeks later, I got my court date. May 15th, 9 a.m. I had 3 weeks to prepare. I practiced my presentation. Timed it. 8 minutes. Clear, factual, unemotional. Rehearsed answers to questions the judge might ask. Why are you suing for this amount? $1,200 in documented property damage plus $3,000 for intentional infliction of emotional distress as defined by State Statute 45-2-113. How do you know the defendant did this? Timeline correlation, vehicle identification via security footage, and motive established through text message evidence. I sounded like a lawyer. Good. The night before court, I couldn't sleep. Kept going through my binder. Making sure every tab was perfect. Around 2 a.m., my doorbell camera alert went off. My heart jumped. Grabbed my phone. Someone at my door. I pulled up the live feed. Uncle Mike. Standing on my porch. Looking directly at the camera. He knew I was watching. Held up a piece of paper. Drop the suit or else. Then he turned and walked back to his car. The same blue Camry with the dented bumper. I screenshot everything. Saved the video. Then I added it to my binder. Tab 5, intimidation. And I went to bed knowing I was absolutely going to win this case. I arrived at the courthouse at 8:30 a.m. 30 minutes early. Binder in hand. Wearing my interview suit. Small claims court was on the 3rd floor. Courtroom C. Smaller than I expected. Maybe 20 seats. Fluorescent lights. That government building smell. Uncle Mike was already there. Sitting in the back row. No lawyer. No binder. Just him in jeans and a polo shirt that had seen better days. He saw me. Didn't say anything. Just stared. I sat in the front row. Opposite side. Opened my binder. Reviewed my tabs one more time. At 8:55, the bailiff came in. All rise. The Honorable Judge Patricia Chin presiding. Judge Chin was maybe 60. Reading glasses on a chain. She sat down, adjusted her glasses, and looked at her docket. First case. Patterson versus Patterson. Property damage and emotional distress. She looked up. Family dispute? Yes, Your Honor, I said, standing. Great, she muttered. My favorite. She waved us forward. Both parties approach. We stood at tables facing her. Uncle Mike on the left. Me on the right. Plaintiff, you're representing yourself? Yes, Your Honor. Defendant? Yeah, Uncle Mike said. I mean, yes. All right. Plaintiff, you have 15 minutes to present your case. Start. I opened my binder to tab 1. Your Honor, on March 11th, I purchased my first home. I invited my family to a housewarming party on March 25th via group text message. I handed her printed screenshots. All 9 family members confirmed attendance. All 9 saw my reminder message the day of. 0 attended. Judge Chun looked at the messages. 0? Correct. I have receipts showing I spent $237 on food and supplies. I have a statement from my neighbor who witnessed the prepared party with no guests. I handed her Dorothy's statement. 2 days later, the defendant texted me requesting $4,200 for an alleged car emergency. I showed the text. No apology for missing my party. Just immediate request for money. What did you do? I sent him 1 cent via Venmo with a note explaining why. I showed her the Venmo transaction. Judge Chen's mouth twitched. Might have been a smile. 1 cent. Yes, Your Honor. That's petty. It was proportional to the respect I'd been shown. Uncle Mike spoke up. Your Honor, he's being. I didn't ask you yet, Judge Chen said. Continue, plaintiff. That night, Tuesday, March 28th at 10:17 p.m., my doorbell camera captured this. I handed her screenshots from the ring footage. A dark blue sedan matching the defendant's vehicle. Dent on rear bumper visible here. Someone exited, went to my driveway for 4 minutes, then left. You can't see who it is. No, Your Honor. But the next morning, all 4 of my tires were slashed. I have photos and police report number 2024 to 8847. I gave her everything. The damage totaled $1,200. My insurance covered it minus deductible, but I'm suing for full amount plus emotional distress. This represents a pattern of family abandonment followed by financial exploitation attempt followed by property destruction when refused. That's a serious accusation. I have serious evidence. Judge Chin flipped through my binder. This is very organized. Thank you. She looked at Uncle Mike. Defendant. Your response? Uncle Mike shifted. Your Honor, my nephew is twisting everything. The party thing was a misunderstanding. I forgot. People forget things. Did you apologize? Well, no, but... Did you acknowledge it at all before asking him for money? No, but I had an emergency. Did you slash his tires? No. I would never. Where were you March 28th at 10:17 p.m.? Uncle Mike hesitated. I don't remember. Home, probably. Can anyone confirm that? I live alone. Judge Chin made a note. What about this? She held up the screenshot from 2 nights ago. The plaintiff submitted footage from May 14th showing you at his door with a threatening note. Uncle Mike's face went red. That wasn't a threat. I was just Drop the suit or else. In all caps. That's not a threat? I was upset. He's suing me for $4,200 over nothing. Over property damage and documented emotional harm. Emotional harm? He sent me a penny. That's harassment. Judge Chen looked at me. Is it harassment to send someone a penny? I responded to his financial request with a financial response. 1 cent was generous given he'd shown me zero consideration. The judge almost smiled again. Almost. She looked back at Uncle Mike. Do you have any evidence you didn't slash his tires? I don't need evidence. He needs to prove I did it. He has your car on camera. Matching dent. Matching model. Matching timeline. Matching motive. You show up at his house with threats 2 nights ago. What am I supposed to think? This is ridiculous. Judge Chen removed her glasses. Mr. Patterson. Did you attend your nephew's housewarming party? No, but... Did you apologize before asking him for money? No. Did you slash his tires? No. Can you prove you didn't? Silence. Judge Chen put her glasses back on. Here's what I see. A pattern of disrespect culminating in property damage and intimidation. The evidence is circumstantial but compelling. Plaintiff has documentation. You have excuses. She stamped something. Judgment for plaintiff. $4,200 plus $50 court costs. Total, $4,250. Uncle Mike's mouth fell open. You can't be serious. I'm very serious. I don't have that kind of money. Then we'll set up a payment plan. $177 per month for 24 months. First payment due June 1st. Miss a payment, the full amount becomes due immediately. This is insane. Over a stupid party. Judge Chen looked at him over her glasses. No, sir. This is about consequences. You asked your nephew for money after disrespecting him. When he refused, someone matching your description destroyed his property. When he took legal action, you tried to intimidate him. Those are choices. This is the result. She signed the judgment. Payment reminders will include the plaintiff's name. Every month for 2 years, you'll be reminded of this. Dismissed. Bang. Gavel. I stood there, binder in hand, trying to process. I'd won. Uncle Mike stormed past me. Shoulder checked me on the way out. This isn't over. The bailiff stepped forward. Sir, that sounded like another threat. Uncle Mike kept walking. I gathered my papers. Judge Chen called me back. Yes, Your Honor? That was impressive. You should consider law school. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll stick with software engineering. She smiled. Probably pays better anyway. Good luck with your family. Thank you. I walked out of the courthouse into bright sunshine. Stood on the steps. Let it sink in. $4,250. Awarded. Official court judgment. My phone buzzed. Text from Claire. I heard. Holy shit. You actually did it. Me. Yeah. Claire. Mike's losing his mind. Says you ruined him? Me. He ruined himself. Claire. Fair. Then, for what it's worth, I think you were right. About all of it. I stared at that message. Me. Thanks. Claire. Want to get coffee? Actually want to. Not just saying it. Me. Tomorrow? Claire. Tomorrow. I drove home. To my house. That I'd bought. That I'd defended. Set the court judgment on my kitchen counter. And for the first time since moving in, I felt like I actually owned the place. Not just the house. But the boundaries I'd set. The respect I'd demanded. The consequences I'd enforced. My phone buzzed one more time. Unknown number. Probably Uncle Mike calling to threaten me again. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity won. Hello? Hi, is this the housewarming party guy? From the court case? I blinked. What? Sorry, I'm a court reporter. That case this morning was wild. Can I ask you some questions? How did you get this number? It's on the public filing. Look, I write for a legal blog. Your case is perfect. Family ghosting, Venmo petty revenge, evidence binder, intimidation. It's got everything. I don't want to be in an article. I'll change names. But people need to hear this. You set a boundary and enforced it. That's rare. I thought about it. About other people dealing with shitty family members. About someone else needing permission to stand up for themselves. Fine. But change the names. Absolutely. Can you send me the Venmo screenshot? The 1 cent transaction? Why? Because it's perfect. The ultimate proportional response. I laughed. Actually laughed. Yeah. I'll send it. After I hung up, I looked around my house. Tomorrow I'd have coffee with Claire. Next month I'd get the first payment from Uncle Mike. But today I just wanted to sit in my house and feel like I'd finally, actually, won something. Not just the case, but the right to be respected by my own family. Even if I had to sue them to get it. The first payment arrived June 1st. Not from Uncle Mike directly. Through the court system. Automatic withdrawal. $177. I got an email notification. Payment received from Patterson Michael. Case #CV 2024-8847. Balance remaining, $4,073. I screenshot it. Send it to no one. Just saved it. Felt good knowing every month for the next 2 years, he'd see a reminder with my name on it. That afternoon, I met Claire for coffee. First time we'd seen each other since before the housewarming. She looked tired. Worn down. Hey, she said, sliding into the booth across from me. Hey. Awkward silence. She stirred her coffee. I waited. I'm sorry, she said finally. For forgetting. For not showing up. For all of it. Okay. That's it. Just okay? What do you want me to say? She looked up. I don't know. That you forgive me? That we're good? Are we good? I'd like to be. I took a sip of coffee. You forgot my housewarming party. The biggest thing I'd done in my life. And you forgot. I know. And when I was upset about it, everyone acted like I was overreacting. I know. And when Uncle Mike asked me for money 2 days later, nobody thought that was inappropriate timing. She nodded. I know. We were all terrible. Yeah. More silence. The lawsuit, though. She said. That was intense. He slashed my tires. You don't know that for sure. I pulled up the ring footage on my phone. Showed her. That's his car. Same dent. Same time he'd have motive. Night after I refused him money. She watched it twice. Okay. Yeah. That's his car. And he showed up at my door with threats before court. I heard. Dad's furious. At me or at Mike? Both. Mostly you. Of course. Claire set down her coffee. Look. I'm not here to defend anyone. I'm here because I miss my brother. And I realize I've been a shitty sister. And I want to fix it. How? I don't know. Coffee? Like this? Regular communication that isn't just group chat memes? I thought about it. I need you to understand something. I'm not the same person who quietly accepted being forgotten. I set boundaries now. And I enforce them. I see that. The whole family sees that. Good. Mike's telling everyone you ruined his life. Mike ruined his own life by slashing my tires. She smiled slightly. Fair. How's Dad handling it? Not well. He thinks you should drop the judgment. Let it go. Be the bigger person. I was the bigger person for years. Look where that got me. I tried telling him that. He doesn't want to hear it. That's his problem, not mine. We sat there for a while. Not talking. Just existing in the same space without hostility. Want to see my house? I asked. Her face lit up. Really? Yeah. It's nice. You'd like it. We drove separately. She pulled up to my driveway, the one where Mike had slashed my tires, and got out slowly. This is cute. Really cute. I unlocked the door. Showed her around. She complimented everything. The paint colors. The furniture. The backyard. You did all this yourself? Yeah. Took a while. It's impressive. Really. We sat in the backyard. The one where I'd had a party nobody came to. I should have been here, she said quietly. That day. I should have been here. Yeah. You should have. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you hate us? The family? I thought about it. No. I'm just done being invisible. You were never invisible. Claire. Nobody came to my party. Not one person. She didn't have a response to that. But you're here now, I said. That counts for something. July 1st. Second payment. $177. Email. Payment received from Patterson Michael. August 1st. Third payment. September 1st. Fourth. Each time, I got the notification. Each time I smiled. In September, I got a different notification. LinkedIn message. Uncle Mike's son, my cousin Danny, who I barely knew. Hey. Can we talk? I accepted the request. Sure. My dad's going through something. Won't talk about it. But I saw court records. You sued him? Yeah. For slashing your tires? And emotional distress. Long pause. Did he actually do it? I have footage of his car. Timeline matches. Motive matches. Shit. Yeah. He's been weird lately. Angry. Every month when the payment goes through, he gets worse. That's not my problem. I know. I wanted to understand. He said you were being petty. I was being fair. Danny sent me a screenshot. Group chat with his dad and his brother. Uncle Mike. Can't believe I'm paying that ungrateful little shit every month. Uncle Mike. Over a stupid party. Danny. Dad, you slashed his tires? Uncle Mike. That's not proven. Danny. It's proven enough for a judge. I sent Danny the ring footage. Show him this. Remind him why he's paying. Will do. And for what it's worth, I would have come to your party. If I'd been invited. You're invited to the next one. There's going to be a next one? Yeah. I'm planning a 1-year house anniversary thing. Summer 2025. You're on the list. Thanks, man. December arrived. 6 months of payments. Uncle Mike owed $3,011 still. Halfway through. Dad called. First time since I'd blocked him. He'd gotten a new number. We need to talk. About? Mike's struggling. These payments are killing him financially. That's unfortunate. Can you forgive the rest? Call it even? No. He's family. So am I. Didn't stop him from slashing my tires. You're being stubborn. I'm being consistent. The court ordered 24 months. That's what he'll pay. This is tearing the family apart. The family was already apart, Dad. This just made it visible. He hung up. I didn't block the new number. But I didn't save it either. March 2025. 1 year since I bought the house. I threw another housewarming party. Called it 1-year anniversary. Invited Claire. Danny. A few coworkers. My neighbor Dorothy. Sent a group text to the family chat. House anniversary party March 25th, 2 p.m. Everyone welcome. No pressure. Claire came. So did Danny. Dorothy brought her bridge club. Dad didn't come. Uncle Mike definitely didn't come. But 12 people showed up. Ate burgers. Sat in my backyard. Celebrated with me. Claire pulled me aside. This is nice. Better than last year. Because people actually came. Because you invited people who actually care. The payments kept coming. Every month. Like clockwork. May 2026. Final payment. $177. Email. Payment received from Patterson Michael. Case #CV 2024-8847. Paid in full. I sat at my kitchen table. Looked at that email. 2 years. 24 payments. $4,250 total. I'd won. Not just the money, The principal. I pulled up my banking app. Looked at the balance. Then I did something I hadn't planned. I donated half. $2,125. To a local family shelter. Memo. For people rebuilding after family fails them. Kept the other half. Put it toward a fence for my backyard. That weekend, Claire came over to help me plan the fence installation. You donated half the judgment? Yeah. That's very mature of you. I didn't do it for Mike. I did it because I didn't need his money. I needed his accountability. Did you get it? Every month for 2 years he was reminded of what he did. Yeah. I got it. We sat on my back porch. The one I'd sat on alone 2 years ago after nobody came to my party. You know what's funny? Claire said. You're the only one who actually made it. Bought a house. Built boundaries. Stood up for yourself. What about you? I'm getting there. Seeing a therapist. Working on not being a people pleaser. Good. You inspired that, you know. The lawsuit. The boundary setting. Made me realize I've been letting people walk over me too. Glad I could help. She smiled. So, when's the next party? You're sitting at it. This is a party? Best kind. Just people who actually show up. My phone buzzed. Email notification. Subject. Your story went viral. The court reporter. The one who'd written about my case. Your Venmo penny story hit 2 million views. People are calling you a legend. Thought you should know. I showed Claire. She laughed. The penny heard round the world. Proportional response. The most proportional response in history. We sat there as the sun set. In my house. That I'd bought. That I'd defended. That I'd filled with people who actually valued me. Uncle Mike had paid his debt. The family had learned their lesson, or at least some of them had. And I'd learned something more important. That respect isn't given. It's required. That boundaries aren't mean. They're necessary. And that sometimes, the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just refusing to be treated badly. 1 cent at a time.